Hello, 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 everybody. I have no idea what just happened to the stream. It, literally just shut off, and so I had to log out of my... It's okay, baby. Shh. I had to log out of my apps and log back in. But we are back. We are back. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mercedes Fontaine. I'm the face behind The Living Purpose, and this little segment is called #TLP Talks. So, I want to come to you tonight and talk to you guys about integrity and discipline. And I want to really unpack that for you guys tonight, because today, my entire day revolved around those two words. Whenever I got up this morning, I literally did not want to do anything but call into work, lay on the couch, and watch, binge watch TV. And it made me think of a quote that I heard on a motivational podcast type thing. And the man said, your circumstances do not dismiss or change your responsibilities. And guys, when I tell you that quote got me the first time I heard it. And I remembered the quote this morning while I was sitting on the couch trying to contemplate, do I want to get up? Do I want to go to work? Do I want to just call in? Do I want to tell them that I'm going to come in late? And I thought about the quote, and I'm like, you know what? No. I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to my family, to my community, to my team, to my barbershop, to my clients. I have a responsibility to uphold. So I got up, threw my clothes on, threw my hair up in a hat, okay, and I went to work. Alright? And I have honestly killed it today. I am proud of myself today. So I really kind of want to unpack the whole topic with you guys and just give you some downloads and some things that I have noticed from following people that operate out of integrity and with discipline. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, how are you showing up? How are you showing up in the areas of your life? If you had a billionaire or a millionaire come and assess your behavior, would you be proud of it? If Andy Frisella were to come and assess your behavior and how you're showing up, would you be proud of it? Or do you think he would yell and go on a bench and explain to you that your life is not going to change for the better and you're not going to reach your goals until you start showing up like you're supposed to be?
Everything okay, bud?
Seriously. How are you showing up? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay? How you do one thing is how you do everything. Hey, Holly. Are you taking your shopping cart back to the little caddy? Because I guarantee you, if you're not taking your shopping cart back to your caddy, then your car is probably a mess, your home's probably not organized at all, and neither is your life. And especially, neither is your brain. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to have clutter or to have days where you just don't do any of the housework. You don't do any of that because mentally you're doing your best and your best just does not include that for that day. I'm not saying that. But when you're looking at the overall picture, how are you showing up? Are you showing up with integrity? Or are you deluding yourself? And are you not honoring your values and your core beliefs so that it can make the other people around you comfortable? How are you showing up? Because if how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're showing up with integrity in your home, and you're showing up with integrity in your business, and in how you reach your goals, and in how you treat your body and your friends and your family, that's going to pour into every other aspect of your life. And it starts with the little things, guys. It doesn't have to be this massive shift overnight where you completely do an overhaul on your whole life. Hey, Connor. Seriously. It starts with the little things. It starts with getting up and making your bed. That one habit, if done consistently, will completely shift your discipline. My goodness. Mila, stop. My dog is like trying to crawl up on the chair at the dining table, and she just totally shook Instagram all the way. My bad, Instagram. Also, little habits like taking the shopping cart back to the caddy will pour over into your life in drastic ways. And in small ways, even in small ways. Because think about it. You start making it a habit and making it a routine to start taking the shopping cart back to the caddy. Next thing you know, when you're in your house, you're going to start seeing little things here and there that aren't where they're supposed to be. You're going to grab it, pick it up, take it, put it where it's supposed to go, and carry on about your day. Next thing you know, you're not having to do a deep clean of your house every single week because it's more maintained. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And it pours into discipline. It pours into integrity. And it starts with your mindset, really. How is your mindset? Have you done any personal development lately? When's the last time you read a book that wasn't fiction? When's the last time you listened to a podcast? Or even if that's not your thing, when's the last time you got on YouTube and just typed in motivational video? And then watched whatever come up that had a cute thumbnail that sparked your interest? It doesn't have to cost money to develop yourself. It doesn't have to be expensive to shift your mindset and to operate out of integrity and build discipline. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on mindset trainings and master classes and all these things. It's one day at a time. One moment of discipline at a time. One moment of operating out of integrity at a time to completely start redeveloping and retraining your brain. I came on here and I admitted whenever I failed 75 hard. I think I was 16 days in and I forgot to take a picture and I forgot to read 10 pages. Could I have lied to you and told you guys that I was still going strong and I had still done everything on the list that I was supposed to do? Yes, I could have. But at the same, no, I could not have. Why? Because I choose to show up for all of my community with integrity. And I choose to show up and be as open about my life and as truthful with you guys as possible, as long as it does not harm the privacy and the boundaries of my immediate family. Right? I'm not going to tell you guys everything if it could harm the safety of my son or me or my, like, there are creeps out there that stalk people's Facebooks just to see what they're going to say so they can kidnap people. Okay? So I do operate with common sense, but aside from those things, I am very vulnerable and open with you guys. So I got on my stories and I admitted, hey, guess what? I failed 75 hard. And hey, guess what, you guys? I failed it again last night. Sure did. But because I'm operating out of integrity, I can show up and admit that to you guys again. And because I'm disciplined and I do not like to fail, I consistently love to win. Guess who's starting it again tomorrow? Me. I am. And guess who's going to make a commitment to post a screenshot of my daily check mark as soon as every single thing on that list is done to my stories every single day? Me. Because I'm going to operate in discipline. I'm going to force myself to post the picture on my stories every single day so that gives an accountability to me and to my community, and it also develops my integrity and my discipline, because I am not going to get on here and teach you guys something that I am not already doing, or at least trying to do myself. This is a long game type of situation. We are trying to consistently develop. Last night in my Tea Time and High-Low live, I talked about growth. Okay, I was taking off my makeup because I take my makeup off with you guys every night, and I tell you about the greatest moment of my day and then the worst moment of my day, and you guys comment the best and the worst moments of your day, and we have reverence and gratitude for what was good, but we also release what was bad together. And I talked about growth as I was doing my skincare, and about the fact that as humans, we have this innate desire that we can't run from to grow. We were made and formed to grow, right? So what happens is we reach this place where we're so unsatisfied with our life. We're so unhappy. We get into this depression and we wish that it would be better, but we forget the fact that we're not doing anything ourselves to grow. So the desire's there, it's just disguised as just being unhappy. We consistently have to grow. So what are some things that people that are disciplined and operate out of integrity do? Number one is they commit. They make a commitment. And even if the commitment is hard, even if it makes you sacrifice, even if people think it's crazy, even if people are hating on your commitment, they don't care. That does not matter to them because they are committed. They're committed to do X, Y, and Z. And they're true to their word, right? I'm true to my word. And I'm true to my integrity. That's why I admitted for the second time tonight that I have failed 75 hard. I'm true to my word. And I do what I say I'm going to do. Therefore, I have come on live 3 times a day for the past, I think today is day 4 of my 90-day run. And and a person that is completely disciplined and operating out of integrity, also their priorities are never in conflict. They make very, very, very clear priorities. And if their priorities are not clear, then it's not happening. And they take those priorities and they make sure that those priorities come first. And then everything else that they say yes or no to revolves around the priorities that they have set. Right? Another thing that people that are extremely disciplined and act out of integrity do is they avoid temptation in everything. They avoid temptation in everything. Discipline is what gets you where you want to go. Okay? You cannot get to where you want to go by holding on to the freaking shirt tail of somebody that is making things happen and they're making moves and just hoping that they'll drag you along with them. That's not how you're going to get where you want to go in life. And if that is your plan, you seriously need to reevaluate, because it's not going to happen. That is not an energy that you want to be dwelling in. Okay? They know themselves. They know themselves. And they know the boundaries they have in place. And they do not do anything that is going to tempt or change or hinder them from acting in a way that upholds their boundaries and upholds their commitments and makes them operate out of a place that is not full of integrity. Your discipline should outweigh your desire. And if your discipline is not outweighing your desire, then you have not unpacked your why enough. You need to know the reason that you are needing to be disciplined, and you need to know where you're trying to go. And an easy exercise you could do with this is 7 steps down. No, 7 layers deep. Sorry. Hey Becky, 7 layers deep. So what you're going to do is you are going to figure out what your goal is. Okay? Say your goal is to make an extra $500 a month. I don't know. That's just an easy one to think of. You're going to take and you're going to get a piece of paper, and at the top you're going to write, I want to make an extra $500 a month. Okay? And then under it, you're going to write why. You're going to ask yourself why. Why do I want to make an extra $500 a month? So that I can buy organic groceries. You're going to unpack that one more layer. Why do I want to buy organic groceries? So that I can fuel our bodies with something that is actually good. Okay, you're going to unpack that again. Why do you want to fuel your body with something that's actually good? You're going to do that for 7 times. 7 layers deep. And you are really going to unpack why you want to achieve this goal. And in doing that, you are going to literally tell your brain to start looking for this and to start looking for steps that you can take and situations and doors you can walk through to make this happen. I also want you to write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to yourself about this goal. But I want you to write it from the position as if you've already achieved this goal. Okay? And I want you to really pick it apart. Pick it apart so deeply that you are writing out how you felt when the day that you got that final $5 that made it $500 extra dollars. Write out how good you felt. Write out the smell that was in the air, the emotions that were coursing through your veins. Write it out, and then I want you to go hide it from yourself. I want you to go hide it from yourself, and don't hide it to where you're never going to find it again, but don't hide it where you could find it next week. Hide it in a place that normally you don't go, but every once in a while you go. And what's going to happen is you're going to randomly stumble upon this letter that you've written to yourself. And you're going to read it. And whenever you read this letter, if you've reached your goal, then you're going to have a reverence for how far you've come. But if you've not done a single thing towards this goal, it's going to be a smack on your butt. It's going to be a smack on your butt. Because I tell you what, you're going to realize how undisciplined you're being. And it's going to kick you into gear so fast. So fast. Another thing that people that act out of discipline and integrity do is they take care of themselves. And I'm not saying to forget everyone around you. What I am saying is to make yourself a priority. We just talked about how people that are disciplined and act out of integrity never have priorities that are in conflict. You should be a priority. And if it comes in conflict with who you are and your values, it should not be an opportunity that you take. You need to be a priority. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself feel good. Move your body. Drink your water. Take your vitamins. Whatever it may be, you need to do it, and you need to make yourself a priority. And another thing that people that are disciplined and who operate out of integrity do is they have habits in place. Okay? Discipline equals freedom. So if you train yourself to put habits into place that are going to propel you forward, it's going to free up so much space and so much time. Do you understand this? Habits, like I mentioned, like in making your bed, like taking the buggy back to the little caddy place, making sure you have your vitamins out. You know, all these little habits add up to the bigger picture. I am reading right now a book called Atomic Habits, and he talks about this bicycle team that were competing in like the big bicycle race. Okay, I don't know the actual name of the race, but he said that this team kept losing year after year after year after year. Well, they get a new coach, and this coach comes in and he's like, y'all, what the heck are y'all doing? Because I think it was like 12 years in a row that they had lost, like hadn't even placed in the top 10. He's like, what? Okay, great. He's like, what are y'all doing? So what he did is he spent so much money tweaking the 1%. He started tweaking 1% at a time. He didn't do this overhaul. He started with the bicycles. He started literally trying every kind of bicycle seat possible to see if it... Okay, that's great, honey. To see if it would make a difference. And then the one that had the most overall greatest impact, that made the biggest difference, that's the one he chose. Then he went to the tires. Okay? So then he had these bicyclists start wearing ergonomic suits to ride in. Okay? Literally. They went on to place in the top 3, and then they won it first place 3 years in a row just by making a 1% adjustment. Do you understand the impact in your life that you could have, and the impact in other people's lives that you could have if you would just adjust the 1%? If you would make yourself a priority, if you would be disciplined, if you would make sure that you commit, if you would avoid temptation, if you would take care of yourself, if you would operate out of integrity, if you would just adjust all of those things by 1%, do you realize the shifts that you would see in your life? Do you understand the amount of impact and the ripple effect that you would have, not only in your own life, but in the lives around you that are connected to you, it would be monumental. The 1% would be monumental. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And I know that I seem like I'm just being a B-word tonight. But I am so on fire about this topic. I am so passionate about this topic. Because I have had situations in my life in the past few weeks where the people around me weren't exactly operating out of integrity. And what happened? I had to get caught up in the rip current of their tsunami. Or hurricane. Whatever analogy you want to use. And so then I got stuck in this position where I'm asking myself, why is it that I'm operating out of integrity? And I am being disciplined, and I am making moves, and I am making things happen, and my business is like firing off. Why is it that all of a sudden somebody else's situation, need for attention, whatever it is ripping me under? What is that? The 1%. This person was not doing the 1%. And because you are connected to other people, when you're not doing the 1%, it affects the other people around you. When you are not operating out of integrity, it affects the other people around you. What you do and how you show up and how you choose to take action affects every single person that you are connected to. It affects everybody. So be disciplined. Walk in integrity. And that's not always going to be easy. This is what I want you to understand. It's not always going to be easy to operate out of integrity. Because oftentimes to operate out of integrity, you have to make decisions and you have to make tough, cold calls that most people don't want to make, but they know that it's right. And when you make those calls and you make those decisions, you are going to get a lot of backlash for it. You're going to have a lot of people that don't agree. But I will tell you what my pastor told me when he came for a haircut the other day. Make the main thing the main thing. Do not let other people's opinions, do not let other people's BS affect how you walk in integrity. Do not let other people's BS affect how disciplined you are in your life. Make the main thing the main thing. If you're wanting to make discipline and integrity the main thing, then make it. And quit allowing other people to take their situations and their mouths and their opinions and turn it into your main thing when it needs to be theirs, and they need to leave you alone. Boundaries. Hello. I'm serious, guys. I'm serious. Facebook is about to boot me off because I am disciplined with my time. And I only allow myself to have an hour on Facebook and Instagram a day. And what does it do after that hour is up? It shuts the app all the way down to where I cannot log into it unless I go and manually enter passwords and go through this whole process just to get the app to turn back on. Because that's how committed I am. I'm committed to having integrity with my time and being disciplined with my time so that I can use it to show up for you guys and to learn and grow and show up for my team and my businesses. I'm making the main thing the main thing. And it sounds so overcomplicated, but it is so simple. You just have to do it. You can't think about this stuff. You have to literally just take action. Take action. It's going to be nervous. It's going to make you nervous. The whole situation's going to feel like a whole nervy little situation. But I tell you what, as soon as you take action and you take the leap to do what you want to do in your life, the butterflies will start going away. Your brain will readjust and realize that this is what you wanted to do. This is the path you are choosing. And then what's going to happen is it's going to start propelling you forward. Okay? I'm rooting for you guys. I want you guys to operate out of integrity and to be disciplined. I want you guys to succeed. I am praying for your success. I am not praying for your downfall. So your assignment for tonight and this week is go write your letter, go 7 layers deep, and start adjusting the 1%. Start making those small little changes you can make that's going to completely make the small little adjustments. That is your assignment. Alright, guys. I love you. This sound and audio will be uploaded to the podcast at 7 a.m. in the morning. I will save it to my feeds. I will be back around 9:15, 9:30-ish for high-low. Okay? I would love to see you guys there. I love you guys. Bye.